Welcome to those near and far. Welcome to Mage the Ascension as luck would have it. All right. Our story is set in 2019 in Montreal, Canada. Let's meet our mages this evening.
I'm Lloyd Coleman, otherwise known as AnnieGeek5150, and I play Orrin Pritchard.
I'm Katarina Albrecht, and I play Portia Lavoie.
I am Christina Poe, and I'll be playing Raina Tremblay.
All right. Recap. I have too many windows open. A new and mysterious John Staunton entered the chantry by forming a clot near his heart. Undoing the clot was a second matter, but he finally broke it up. Steve walks in nervous and tells Max there is a matter where his skills would be helpful. The Gerald cabal all pile into Steve's van, where he tells them that there is a battle going on and people have been hurt. To the river and through the wood, they launch into the thicket, but it's not a thicket, it's a trench. Two large bush lines are on either side of the trench. Gunfire, bombs, and grenades fly overhead. A grenade lands at... Sorry, editing as I go. John's feet, and everyone scrambles except for Raina, who hits it like a golf ball and back into the bushes. Steve leads Max to the triage, where an elf is unconscious with a shattered leg, missing his foot. John and Max team up to work on Steve's commander. John is doing his best to make his foot grow back. Steve leaves only to be hit by a shrapnel grenade. Again, John and Max team up while John walks Max through the medical triage and life magics, and lobbing grenades back into the bushes as they work. We are going to take a left turn and... Oh, yay. We are going to take a... Well... I'm going to have to edit this thing. Hold on. We don't have John. Yeah, we don't have John. So I would be NPCing him, I guess. How do you feel about that, Max? Jace.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, it's his character, not mine.
Yes. I was going to just, get the rest of the Cabal back and then continue with the Hollis trials. While you and John were working at the triage. So
you can still do that because I know Max wouldn't leave Steve's side at this point.
Right. If you are perfectly content not playing...
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Enjoy your lunch.
Oh, I just finished it.
Oh, okay. Enjoy your day. Okay, where was I? You guys are transported back. Okay, cool. You guys are transported back to the... Oh my God. Let's try this one more time. You guys are transported back to the hotel, and you get a text message from Sarah saying she would like support. Raina.
Okay. I passed the. Wait, was it in the group chat or is it a personal chat?
It's a personal chat.
Okay, so I passed the message on to Katarina or Portia and Oren, and now we need to find a way to get home.
Well, you are transported back to the hotel.
Oh, okay. All right, then everybody get nutrients and load up into my room.
Yeah, and as we pop into the existence into the chantry, Oren was still running. So I imagine he probably runs head first right into the banister of the stairs.
Take a bruised level.
How exhausted are we?
Not. Unless you were emotionally exhausted from the battle. That's up to you.
No, but I don't know. I don't think I'm too emotionally upset. So I'm making sandwiches, which I will bring to Raina's room with some coffee and hot chocolate.
Aw.
Ew.
So everyone piles into Raina's room, where the two cats are still, being cats. Or did they move to Max's room? I can't remember.
They are in Reina's. They're probably just laying on the bed, just staring at the door.
Brought tuna for the cats, just in case.
Aww. Kitties are ecstatic for fresh fish.
Nice.
And the door opens to the thicket that is on Raina's land. What do you do, Raina?
Oh, I definitely pet the cats before I do anything. And then,
Woof woof.
yeah, I pet Cosmo a little too because he might get jealous.
Mm-hmm.
I stuff one of Katarina's sandwiches in my mouth and I just walk through the portal. Or, no, I stand in front of the portal with my arms like sideways saying, "Everybody in!" Sarah needs our help. And then I follow shortly behind them.
I position myself in the furthest corner away from the cats after I have shoved tuna at them, and then I am eating a sandwich.
Okay. Sandwiches are consumed, and you all file through the door to find Sarah waiting for you on the other side of the portal.
Hey, Sarah, what's going on? You said you needed help?
I need support. Today is the motion hearing for Reginald.
Oh.
And mm-hmm. And I would love for you guys to be there.
Okay. I give her a squeeze and hand her an emotional support chocolate candy bar.
She is grateful for the candy bar and immediately eats it.
We're here for you, pumpkin.
Yeah, the pre-trial hearing is today, and I should be present.
Then what can we do to support you best?
You come with me?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I have to take the kids too, because no, I had to take the kids 2 days ago because they had to testify when they were. Wait a minute. How long ago was that?
How are they doing?
They're healed, but I think there would still be trauma if they were to come to the trial.
Well, I'm sorry they had to be there at all. Wait.
I think Eddie, the Eddie Blue Eyes, he will look over the kids while we're gone. Does Rain still have a car? I don't know that she does.
Did it get wrecked? Right?
No, I think the only thing that got wrecked was the professor's van. I think Raina still has her car.
I don't remember wrecking my car, but if you guys
No, it was the professor's van. I got it mixed up.
okay, I was gonna say, if you guys wrecked my car while I was AFK, I'm gonna be so mad.
No, the car is
just the
still one.
professor's.
It's still in one piece, and it is in your parking spot,
Okay.
which is probably on the grass.
Yeah.
Sarah asks if you can drive.
Absolutely.
It's at the Hermetic Chantry in Montreal.
You're gonna have to kind
I
of
can
tell
point
me.
and grunt. I can point and grunt.
Okay.
So
We
she
really need a
slips
magical directional system here.
Yeah, it's called a GPS.
Ah!
So she pulls out her phone, plugs in the address, and basically acts like the navigator and tells you when to turn, when to go straight, when to turn again. And it's probably a half an hour drive from Reina's to the Hermetic Chantry. You might remember this was the library where the kids hung out before they were taken to the refuge for those first couple of nights.
Gotcha.
It is the same chantry, and everything is set up for the trial. You are led to a room that it has pews, basically benches, and on either side, like they could have a wedding here if they really wanted. And then there is a pedestal at the front of the room where you suspect the judge is going to come in. And I am puzzled by the private chat at the moment. The Sarah kind of like leads you to the usher, and the usher like puts you in benches. She's in the front row, and therefore I guess the rest of you are following her. And everyone is getting in position. and the judge comes into the room. Now announcing Judge Llewellyn Boniquasator. All rise for the judge. And Sarah stands up. I assume the three of you, do the same. And
Yes.
And the judge sits down, kind of signaling that everyone can sit down. And there are records already on the pedestal, and the judge begins to go through them. Reggie enters the room and sits in the pew opposite of Sarah. And Llewellyn says that the record only refers to the overuse of vulgar magic. So we are going to we have gotten video interviews of the children while they were still injured. And Sarah, do you have a word on how the children are doing now? And Sarah mentions that, yes, the children are great, and they are healed by now. And they are being taken care of as we speak. Demeter, Ferenz, Bonnie Ex Miscellanea, please come forward. And she looks like a lawyer, and she puts her case on the table and looks at Reggie and says, I personally took care of the children once they had been rescued, and I confirm that they are sentient beings and deserve to be protected. So you are being charged with child abuse and secondary for animal abuse. Does anybody have any other evidence that they would like to submit? I assume.
When we got there, they were in cages. It was I do, sir.
Mm.
And he was. Is this so a side question? Is this a magical hearing? Right? Everybody's magical. They were misusing. He was forcing the children to do they they were being forced to do magic, which I feel is just, and nothing was being given in return for the magic, which I think is a blatant disregard to the sanctity of magic, on top of other things, as well as forcing minors to engage in things. Yes, it was awful on all
Things?
levels.
What sort of things?
He was using their magic to gain power and use it for nefarious means and full self-gain. There was no giving back. I just do not feel that on top of the misuse of children and magical creatures, he's just disrespectful to the whole sanctity of our magic, ma'am. Sir, ma'am, person, judge. Yes.
The judge looks at Reggie and asks him, is what she says true? Have you been garnering favors from the Fae in order to gain power? And Reggie, he stops and thinks for a moment. You notice he does not have a lawyer. And he says, yes, it's true. And Llewellyn basically looks back at Portia and says, do you have any other information? Does anyone else have something to say on the topic?
Everybody next to me was anyway. I think they can vouch for what I'm saying.
I had when we were
Right, guys?
when we were where the cages were. Me and Mr. Hollis had a physical and semi-magical confrontation. I was trying to keep him from getting to the children.
What kind of altercation?
Well, to start, I shocked the elevator system to keep it from coming down originally. I guess he figured out how to reverse that, and when he did finally get down to the basement, he started speaking about things basically in the effect that I wouldn't say, and it's not, this is my interpretation of what he said, is that he was basically enslaving them in a sense.
In a sense.
That's my interpretation of what he was saying. I got very angry and I ended up pushing him back into the elevator, and then I approached the elevator. The floor of the elevator is metal, and I tried shocking him to subdue him, which in turn didn't work. He got back to his feet and hit me with a likewise electrical magic and left some burns on my chest from it.
Would you mind terribly if we looked at the scars, at the wound?
I don't mind at all. The one thing I will preface though is that it's just basically like the tree of black scarring was from him. Everything else, or all the other scarring, is from years ago when I was a child. And he will walk up to the front next to the lawyer and start unbuttoning his shirt.
Okay. The lawyer will patiently wait while the shirt is unbuttoned, and once it is, she kind of like ankles you to look at the judge. The audience who are present for the hearing, half of them gasp, and the judge is like taken aback. So you put yourself in danger to save these children.
Yes. Because of my past, I was actually kidnapped as a child. And I was tested on. A lot of different things were done to me. And when combination of his words and seeing the condition of these children, I flew into a rage to protect them.
Understandably. You're a hero. and that act of valor will be noted. And Reggie is like, oh, Jesus Christ.
I also want to submit that the van was wrecked while we tried to get away. In order to protect the kids, we had to pile them in, and it was a kind of a mess, but also fan damage.
That
Oh, so
was
there's
after
vehicular damage.
that was after we dropped them off with these people.
Right. House Quasitor took care of the children for the first 2 nights.
Yes, we had dropped them off, and then we had left, and we had gotten into a car accident going back to our chantry.
The judge is writing things down and mentions that we are likely going to reimburse you for the van. The children are now wards of the state. They will be under the care of Raina Tremblay. Raina, we sent a agent to come and look at your refuge and to put up wards. And he mentioned that the children looked great and happy, and says that there are arrangements with the denizens of your thicket that the children will be safe. Is that true?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
there steady food coming?
Yes. I have a garden and I have accessibility from our chantry to my my land and to the puka. So if they ever need anything, Sarah can just call me and I'll bring it to them.
Oh, good. Oh, so you have a correspondence point between your refuge and your chantry?
Yes.
Right. Have you had the children at the chantry at any point?
Only briefly while we got preparations started for the refuge.
Right. You would say that was at this date? All right.
And also, if I may, Judge, you stated that you were going to reimburse for the van. Those funds would go to Professor Gladys Edge. The van belonged to her.
Oh. Gladys Edge. And that is her chantry, correct?
Correct.
All right. Well, having garnered all the evidence that we can today, we have determined that the children are in fact sentient beings and deserve to be protected. I have viewed the interviews, particularly of Galen, who had a broken leg, who is still healing from it.
And as soon as the judge says the name Galen, she'll see Orin wince.
And I move that there needs to be more evidence, and I rule that this move on to trial. Reggie winces, but he is taken by 2 burly men and escorted from the room. He goes back to what you assume to be his incarceration. And people are getting up and getting ready to leave the courtroom. The lawyer is putting her papers away.
How are you doing, Sarah?
He was looking at me.
Oof. Well, let's go get some emotional support milkshakes.
That sounds wonderful. And she follows you out of the courtroom back to... Is there anything that you want to do in the chantry before you leave?
Me? I don't think so. Anybody else?
Okay.
I forget. Does this chantry had a medical wing, correct? Orrin would probably go over there to get his burns, like rewrapped and stuff.
Okay.
Since Max isn't with them.
There is a redheaded, green-eyed, short woman, super beautiful. But her hair is like kind of like piled on her head in a messy bun. And she is in scrubs. And she, if you still have your shirt open, she looks at the burns and says, I think I have something that will heal that. Do you have time?
He would look at her like, for now, visually, I would like to keep it there in case I get called in during the trial, so that they can inspect the injury.
For sure.
But for my arm, I definitely need to have it rewrapped and treated and stuff, because Max, our whatever in-house medical, is kind of predisposed at the moment. And I've been wearing this wrap for probably almost a day now, so it probably needs to get cleaned up and rewrapped and everything.
No worries. She picks up a camera and says, do you mind terribly if I take pictures of its current state?
Go ahead.
Okay. And she is careful not to include your face, but she takes pictures of the wound and says, if you need it to be healed, if you are tired of hurting, come back after the trial and I will remedy that for you.
I'm not in
Avery,
pain.
by the way. I'm Avery.
I'm not in pain from the chest wound at all. This is just scarring from what was left over from the last week, 2 weeks that this has happened.
Yeah. It's healing faster. It looks like a salve of some kind was layered on top. So it was good that was implemented. It has been essential to your healing. And is there, now that I have re-bandaged it and put some magic into it, is there anything else I can do to help you?
Not at the moment. And he will pull his wallet out and try to hand her some money.
Oh, no, you don't have to do that.
It's only right for medical treatment, whether it's magical or not.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you. and she takes the money.
And he hands her $200.
Why so much?
You deserve it. You do good work.
I appreciate that. I will put it into the refuge. And she
Do as you feel is proper.
Sarah comes into the medical ward and looks at you and says, "Thank you for everything that you've done."
He nods.
I'm sorry that happened to you when you were a kid.
It's fine. I still have to get through my own mental stuff with it, but I gotta continue going. It's the only thing I can do.
I know a network of psychologists and psychiatrists if you are interested in getting treatment.
He kind of peeks an eyebrow. And this is Avery speaking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he'll pull his business card holder out of his back pocket, pop it open, and hand her one of his business cards.
Thank you very much. I will pass this information around, and you should be getting calls from at least one doctor who will specialize in cases like yours.
Okay.
And you shouldn't give them money. The court will pay for it.
Okay. Well, that my past they can't really pay for, but the current they can.
I'm sure they will help. And I hope you have a good day.
I'll try my best.
And she goes over to another bed where there is someone sleeping and checks their levels and checks their records and stuff like that. She is continuing to work.
And Orrin will follow Sarah out.
Sarah leads you to the front stoop and trots down the stairs. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to do at the chantry, at the library?
I feel like we're missing.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Rena.
I would like to go to their library and find a couple of, see if I can find any verbena-based books, and then I would like to, just for some extracurricular studying, and then I would like to also look for Hermetic folklore, just because I'm interested in it, and we're here.
Okay. The Hermetic folklore is, folklore. There's a history of the Hermetic chantry that you find. It's a big, thick thing. And there is a section for gardening, which seems to be as close as you can get. But if you look at the back of one of the, like if you pick a book off the shelf and look at the back, you find that there is no Bonnie, whatever name after their name. So you assume verbena? They have a very verbena-ish name. So it's very Norse. And they specialize in using magic to grow your garden.
Okay, that'll be good.
You go to check out the books, And there is an old woman with glasses and her hair in a tight bun. She looks severe, but the words that come out of her mouth are, "Oh, good morning, darling." There is a queue waiting for this book, so we ask that you spend 3 days with it and please bring it back. The history book. And then the gardening book, you get 2 weeks.
Sounds good.
And she puts a card in each, stamps the card, puts the card in the sleeve of the book, does the same for the other, and hands them back. I'll see you in a
Thank you.
couple of days.
I'll see you then. And I leave.
I will send you information on both subjects probably when I get back from war.
Okay.
So there will be content.
Sounds good.
So Sarah and Oren seem to be making their way towards the car. And I assume Portia is with them.
Yes, I am.
And the driver of the car finally shows up, books in tow. And everybody gets in the car, I assume.
We all pile in. Come on, guys. Let's vamoose. Did we already get the milkshakes? I think we should stop and get more milkshakes.
Stop and get milkshakes. There are no milkshakes to be had at the Chantry.
All right. To the Dairy Queen!
To the Dairy Queen! And of which there might be a Dairy Queen in Montreal. I don't know.
I don't know if there's to the ice cream store, to Tim Hortons.
Tim
If for
Hortons.
nothing else, we'll go to Tim Hortons and get Timbits. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Milkshakes are required.
And then we also get donuts because we mentioned Tim Hortons. So
yes, the guy behind the counter tries to flirt with Sarah, and Sarah is not having it. Either she is being oblivious, or she is clearly ignoring him.
I give him death stares. Then I pay with a more death stare. Well, and also money.
He takes your orders and begins to work on them. Sarah sits down at one of the local tables.
Raina will come over and sit next to her and offer her a hand and ask what's on her mind.
I don't want anything bad to happen to him.
To Reginald?
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could comfort you, but I don't know how this is going to end.
That's when Portia shows up with all the food.
And she takes the milkshake and quietly sips at it.
How you doing, Pumpkin? Sarah?
I am like, I don't want anything bad to happen to Reggie.
I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I mean, it's nothing he didn't bring on himself. I wouldn't worry about it. Like, I just went over that. He's got what's coming to him, in my opinion.
I am here to talk if you would like to talk. And I channel my grandma for a minute on the inside. And I say, if you'd like to talk, you can put that worry onto me and I'll take care of that worry. You don't have to worry about it anymore. And then I kind of like shake my head like, oh, what was that? But it's still true.
Oh. Have you ever had an abusive boyfriend?
I haven't had many boyfriends. So I can't. No.
So you guys were dating?
Sort of.
No.
Okay. I pat her reassuringly, not really sure what to make of it. Or what to say.
My insides have the ick. But I'm being supportive on
So I
Orin
guess
will
you
look.
and I share a look over the table, like a yikes look.
Orin will look down at the table, get a little bit dark look in his face, like they can't see his eyes, but you'll just see him get kind of. He looks a little bit angry.
Are you okay, Oren?
He'll look up. He'll just glance up with his eyes only, like I'm going to keep my opinions to myself.
It's my fault, isn't it?
No.
it is
Horrible
absolutely not.
people deserve everything that comes to them. And hopefully he gets his.
I heard a story that that lawyer that I consulted for when I decided I was going to press charges. I was convinced to press charges by the lawyer, and she told me that there was a point where they might take away his magical powers.
I think they kind of should. He doesn't seem to know how to use them or respect the magic.
He definitely didn't respect you or the children either.
Not to be cliche, but with great power comes great responsibility. And like, wasn't doing it. Reggie was like, way not doing that.
Yeah, you're probably right. We were just grateful that he gave us a place to stay.
One
And
can be
work.
grateful and also you can both be grateful and not be indebted, I guess. You've paid him back.
I have. She pets Cosmo. Cosmo is like nuzzling. I probably should mention that he lured the children with food and took them in that way.
So you're saying
Or
he trapped you or trapped them?
He met me at a bar, but he met the children while hunting.
They
Orin will look up and say, I hope you mention this during the trial.
I will.
because what he's done is not forgivable in all sense of the word.
Okay.
We're really proud of you for doing this brave thing, Sarah. It's not easy. And I didn't know you cared about him.
I do. He kind of saved me when I was a teenager and I didn't have anywhere to go. Walked into a bar and he was there and doing sleight of hand stuff. And I was enamored.
That's okay. Those things, I mean, I've done some very dumb stuff in my youth. Sorry. We all do stupid things.
I guess it was stupid.
I didn't mean that. We all have loves and need help, and it wasn't stupid. You did the best you could at the time. I'm sorry. I'm not the best with my words. And then she starts drinking coffee, and Portia shoves some other food into her mouth. It's getting awkward, and she doesn't know what to do. Here, have another muffin. Here's a Timbit.
She sucks on her milkshake.
Help me, Lena. You're better at this.
I would just like to preface that absolutely nothing that has happened is your fault, Sarah. I can see it in your face. I can hear it in your voice. None of this was your fault. And then I kind of cock an eyebrow at her. Unless you were part of it. Like from beginning. But I assume you weren't. Because I can see your character and we spent a lot of time together.
I took care of the children as they came in and made sure that they were safe and fed and clothed and stuff.
You did more.
I thought they would have beds, and like he said that I would take up too much space in the truck. So cages were the best way to transport everybody.
Mm.
At least like I put food in the cages and a toy, and
He should have known better. You did your best. But this
You
guy's
did
like an adult, way adult, like more adult than us. Like he should have done better.
You did everything you could, and you did more than a lot of people would. You're very strong in that sense.
Well, thanks for listening to my story. If you hadn't been there to hear me, we probably would have just continued doing shows.
Reassuring pets.
Taps her on the shoulder with the broom. There. But we appreciate you telling the story, and even though this is scary to face him, that's incredibly brave.
Thanks.
Yes, very brave. Seriously. It's hard to do those things.
It's for the best. Galen's leg was broken.
Oh, goodness.
They've been using magic to heal themselves, but Thankfully, they interviewed the children while they were staying with the Quasar. So
Yeah.
their wounds were somewhat recent.
I just had a thought that occurred to me. Earlier you said you don't want anything bad to happen to him. What in your eyes would be an acceptable solution for what to do with him?
Exile, maybe?
Okay.
And I would have a restraining order. And I would keep renewing the restraining order so that he can't come within, what is it, 3 feet or something like that?
500 feet, I believe.
500 feet.
I really dig your heart, Sarah. I'd be like, fuck that guy. But you're like, let's just put him somewhere else. Far away.
Far away. Should I mean, they won't kill him, but there are supposedly worse things that a mage can do to that a mage can do. Yeah.
The judge seemed incredibly fair, and so I'm sure that they will come up with a solution that is humane while also making him feel the pain of what he's done. And we can bring up exile in the trial if that's because that does sound like a valid solution.
Mhm.
But also, kind of on the inside, I hope he dies. I know that that's no consolation for you, but I just think he's a monster.
Orin kind of just turns his head slowly and looks at Raina with a slightly shocked look on his face.
I know
She
that's
wouldn't even go that far.
it's not very Verbena of me.
Well, he kind of tips his head like, I agree with you, but I'm surprised it's coming from you.
I've been holding it in for a while, but I genuinely hate this guy. I guess I don't want him dead. But if he died, I wouldn't be upset. You know?
Mhm.
I'm gonna look at Sarah and remember everything she just told me, and I just kind of like shut it down and I say, I'm so sorry, Sarah.
At least the kids are safe.
Yeah. And you are safe.
At least your refuge has been noted as part of the state.
Yeah, that's a really big step.
And seriously, it's not your fault, none of it.
I pressed charges. I turned him in.
You wouldn't have needed to do either of those things if he wasn't doing the things he was doing.
He put you in a bad position, and you did what you felt was best, especially for people more vulnerable. That's noble and brave.
You may have your part, but it's not your fault.
Exactly.
She is steady paying Cosmo, who has his head on her knee.
So, milkshakes. How's everybody's milkshakes? Have we gotten them yet?
Yep, I brought him a bit. How's your foodness? How's your milkshake?
I'm not particularly hungry, but I'm thirsty.
Cute. Do you want to head back to the chantry, finish up with the food, and get back, y'all?
I'm gonna stay at the refuge.
Makes sense. Yes, refuge. Yes. Do you want us to stay with you?
We can get to the refuge through the chantry, so it'd be just go there and then take her through the portal.
I feel like it's a shorter drive just to drive to the refuge.
Safer anyway.
Let's do that then. Tally ho, everyone.
And everybody piles into the car. Everybody drives to Rena's house. And smoke in the car, kind of laying across Oren and Portia's laps. Wag, 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 wag. And, dives out of the car and herds the kids back to the enclosure. Because they had come out to greet you guys. Oh, Sarah, you have a milkshake. Why didn't you bring milkshakes for us?
I have Timbits.
What's a tidbit?
It is delicious, fried, and full of sugar. You'll enjoy them.
Oh, okay.
Orn will look around the property to see if he sees Blue Eyes.
You see at the top of the hill, there is a black wolf who is watching over the land.
Orn will walk about half the distance and then give the wolf a nod.
Wolf comes off of the hill and stops about 6 feet from you, kind of watching to see what you do.
Is it Blue Eyes or is it one of the other wolves?
You suspect it's Blue Eyes.
Orn will go to his knees and he'll look up at the wolf and says, "Thanks for keeping an eye on them while we were gone."
The wolf kind of bows, turns around and leaves.
And Orn will get back up to his feet and go back to the house.
The kids are running amok in the house. They stand looking innocent, but oh, they look guilty. And there is a portion of what little white wall was left is now covered in crayon. And the eldest, who is 13, basically says, "I told them not to do it." He says to Raina.
I appreciate you telling them not to do it. But did they do it? Okay. Is everything okay? Is there something I need to do for this? Or, because I don't want to step on toes. I don't want to get into affairs that you guys can, because you're sentient and I don't want to put myself into your problems unless you need me to.
Oh, well, they drew on your house.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not affecting my house any.
And it looks
So-
pretty good in some places. You guys have some skill. Maybe we should get some more paper and stuffs. Maybe
We
line the
can-
wall.
That if it's because it's just a house. It's okay.
Oh, okay. And he seems kind of disappointed, but he, trudges off.
I take it he's to people being understanding.
Or he wanted to see the chaos of kids getting in trouble.
That's very fair.
Why not both?
Yes, both. I choose both.
And
Yes.
yields. Sarah starts putting together lunch.
Would you like us to stay with you some, Sarah, or would you like to be alone for a while?
I really appreciate the company.
All right, 10-4. And I help make lunch.
And she's like, I can't duplicate things, but maybe you can duplicate this sandwich.
Definitely. And what are we making?
Sandwiches.
Sounds tasty. Let's do this. We make some
All right,
sandwiches.
everybody, assembly line. Let's make some lunch.
Meat, cheese, no. Lettuce, tomato, cucumber.
And lunch is made in short order with all of you helping. And she calls the children in. The children are filthy. They have been playing in the dirt for sure. And they come in child form and screaming and yelling and being obnoxious. And she's like, take a sandwich, go back outside. And the kid's like, yep, and snatches the sandwich and runs back outside.
All right. I suppose a little dirt never hurt anybody.
We could probably use some kind of outdoor shower.
We can probably arrange that. Right, Raina?
Yeah, I can see what I can do.
When we get back, I'll get online, see what I can find.
That would be great.
Or we'll look at Raina. Do you have a hot water heater on the property?
I do.
Okay. Don't need everybody getting sick from cold showers.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can figure out a way to run the hot water outside.
Sounds good. Maybe we can get a magical handyman who can like duplicate them or something. No, we should just make a few of them though.
Well, he's kind of working on my room at the moment, so he's kind of predisposed.
Yeah. Oh well. Are we alone or is Sarah still chilling?
Sarah's still there, yeah.
Cool.
I'm wondering if there's something in those Rabina garden books that could help me with maybe like a natural hot spring or something. Because we are on a mountain.
I like this plan.
You notice in the index that there is a thing for springs. So you go to the section in the book that it says, and it basically like teaches you how to like mold wood. It teaches you how to how to dig without using a backhoe. It teaches you how to pull water from the air. So it tells you all the steps to do it, but doesn't like walk you through specifically how to do hot springs.
Mm. Okay. Well, now that I know it's doable with magic, maybe I can research some more on it if I can find, or I can ask Professor Edge. Either way, hot spring or hot water heater, we'll get you guys some hot water.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Because they're starting to stink.
That is an understatement.
Anybody got a hose?
Oh, there's a hose in the backyard. I just haven't been eager to use the water with, other than for drinking.
What's the time of year?
Late fall, early winter?
November?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, I
Playing
guess
a
it's
water game
midwinter.
outside is not an option. Never mind. I'm not going to suggest the children play some sort of water game where I hose them off.
It is November 11th, 2019. Now, it is up to you guys as to whether we call game here. We
If
can
we
do this.
do, I'd say Orn would probably go back to the portal and check in with Jeeves and everything, check on the cats, stuff like that.
The cats are behaving and sleeping on Raina's bed. The room is Jeeves basically like blocks you from going inside. I'm not done. I'll be a couple hours.
And Orn would did Portia and Raina come back, or was it just Orton?
I was gonna stick with Raina, and I figured we were gonna stay with. I was gonna stay with Sarah because she asked for company.
Okay. Orn would send a text to Raina and ask if he could borrow her shower because his room isn't ready yet, and he's not allowed in it until it's done.
Raina.
Is there a way though that we can maybe pop over for a minute so we can all chat without Sarah? Because like that was a lot of stuff. I text the group this. We need to chat. That was a big amount of news. We need to discuss stuff.
I just text back, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
I'll meet you at your room.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, hey, Sarah, gotta go grab something real quick because I'm not like totally prepared. I need extra underwear. I mean, normally I have extra underwear, which I like have one pair, but like that's never enough. You always feel like you need extra underwear. Anyway, so I'll be right back, and I think Raina needed to grab a few things from her room, and we'll be back in like I don't know, an hour and a half. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. All right, look, yeah, hour and a half. But yeah, that's awful.
So the cats kind of perk their heads up when you enter Raina's room, and without Raina, they hop off the bed. They weave in and out of your legs.
I try to step around them like they are hot potatoes because cats still freak me out. And then I dart out
Orin
of the
will
room.
walk in the room and just look at the cats, kind of being playful. It's like, Fang, Renoa, back up on the bed, please.
Renee, what you say? Fang does not.
He'll crouch back down next to Fang. Now, Fang, you know better.
They're just animals, Arin. I don't think they're gonna listen to you. Clearly, not all of them do. It's fine. I'm gonna get out. Okay, bye. Oh, by the way, Raina said you can use your shower. All right. I gotta grab some underwear. Oh, we're meeting in my room. Yes. No. Her room. Oh God. Yeah.
And you run screaming from the room.
Yes. Ran to actually go grab the underwear because it did need some extra pairs, possibly some jammies and a toothbrush.
A bag. A go bag.
Yes, I grab an overnight bag. I'll meet you guys in the dining room. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. And
Orin will just pinch the bridge of his nose, and just shake his head.
I mean, I wanted to yell bye after her, but she was already gone.
She was already gone.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. It's Portia, afraid of cats.
No. We can do goods, bads, and uglies. If you
Sounds
guys don't
good.
mind the uglies.
Nope.
Or did you want to have the talk before?
No, we can wait until next sesh. That's fine.
It's going to be a couple of weeks.
Up to everybody else. I'm happy to bounce with whatever way the wind is blowing.
Okay. I'm going to go AFK for a minute, and then we'll do the talk.
Good.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of think it would be better to have the talk today while it's still fresh in our minds, but
No, I
also,
think that's what Sako's plan is, but you're tired. Sorry. Shut up, Katarina.
no, I don't care what happens. I'm
Okay.
just happy to be here.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I should have turned off the thing while I turned on the water. Pardon me. I had to wash my paws.
Oh, you're fine. I'm sure this part's gonna get edited out anyway.
Probably.
That's why I can say butts and butts and butts and butts.
But eat
Yeah.
it. But.
The only thing I can say is in the words of Table Story, make sure you wash your piss mittens.
Piss mittens. That's an interesting thought.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's spawned from one of their shows.
Piss mittens. What a phrase.
Yeah, because they had piss mittens, butterflap, and there was another one.
Faster than I could get a hyperactive disaster. Bye. Sorry, I was reading the chit chat out loud, exposing all our secrets.
Okay, I just understood piss mittens. I'm back. I'm here. I'm following.
Woohoo!
Took
She
me
drank
a
some
minute.
coffee, woke up.
I wish I had coffee.
I've been sipping on old cold coffee. I was gonna make coffee, and then it felt. I was like, well, I have this coffee. And Chris is like, I'm going to try to take a nap. So he's not drinking coffee. So it just feels like, what's the point, you know?
Yeah.
It's also 1 p.m. my time.
All I can really say is, ew.
You? You don't like coffee?
No, cold coffee. Unless it's made specifically for iced coffee.
Yeah, it's more that I'm being a lazy McLazy pants.
So, life hack, any coffee can be iced coffee if you put ice in it.
True.
I'd have to debate that one.
Okay, well.
I typically make like cup of coffee and then put ice in it. And I'm like, oh, fancy.
I make all the snooty coffees. Like we have cold brew and I do pour overs and stuff. But I also have a side of lazy in me and I don't want to waste coffee. So
Yeah.
Like, I used to work at Starbucks, and I do not see the difference between a pour over and like a normal drip. It's the same exact process.
yeah, you got a little more control over it. The ritual's nice. My dad made it that way. And also I add extra grounds to it because I'm crazy. I definitely do not only use 2 tablespoons of grounds. It's like 6, and that is my 1 cup. I use a lot
Everything,
less. Go ahead.
everything's starting to make sense now.
Right?
I mean, heck, at Starbucks, it's like a pour over is like a quarter of a bag of grounds.
That makes sense.
Oh.
How much
But then
pour
they-
over
but
are
then
you
again-
making at a time?
But then again, their normal coffee isn't that good.
Yeah, they burn their beans, sadly. The beans are burned a bit. Though now Blue Bottle coffee is in Walmart. It's still expensive, but it's so good.
I'll just stick to my frappuccinos.
Frappuccinos
Yeah.
from Starbucks are delicious.
I just wish I could get my custom one made correctly, but the Starbucks I used to work at, half the people are not exactly savvy to doing things correctly the way you ask them to.
What is your special order?
I'll get a vanilla frappuccino or a vanilla bean.
Mm-hmm.
Three extra scoops of vanilla bean. Instead of milk, you use half and half and heavy cream.
Mm-hmm.
You don't use the frat base at all. The stuff that they squirted after the coffee style stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You don't put that in it at all. Then you replace that with 2 shots of white chocolate.
All right.
And then you blend the whipped cream into it.
That is an extremely thick milkshake.
It's actually not.
Really?
Yeah,
I
because
mean, I'm
the
sure
half
it's
and half
delicious.
the half and half waters it down.
True. So when I think half and half, the term watering it down does not come to mind, Oren. Just
Well,
in
I mean
case you're wondering.
compared to the heavy cream, it's much thinner.
True. I know. But still, half and half is watering it down. You know, your real coffee order is equally as interesting as your character's coffee order. Different, but equally fascinating.
But otherwise, if I don't get that, I'd usually just get a Trenta vanilla sweet cream cold brew with extra vanilla and extra sweet cream.
Nice. I'm so bummed they took away the gingerbread latte. They had the best gingerbread syrup, and I do not know what went in to make it, but theirs is lighter than everybody else's. Everybody else has like too much cinnamon or something in it, and it ruins the flavor of the ginger, and theirs was like light. So if you happen to know what makes up that ginger fucking stuff, because I can't buy it anymore.
It was a seasonal thing, so I have no idea.
I know.
I haven't worked there in over a year.
I had some, and then I was like, "Oh, it's expired. It's been a while, but sugar doesn't ever expire. Well, I'll get with some next season." So I threw it out, and then they did not have it again because I'm an idiot. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, I'm still sad about that. Their gingerbread latte was my favorite, and I had been like not drinking it for a while because I had been drinking so much of it at one point that I got bored, and they took it away from me, and I'm so sad. Okay, I'm sorry. Ran over.
Okay, so Raina, Portia, and Oren basically pile into your room, And Oren's fresh from his shower. And you guys can talk about what just happened.
Well, that was an unexpected twist. Did anybody else know
Orin
that
kind
going in?
of rubs his forehead from earlier. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to run into a banister when we popped back.
Hello.
Can you hear
The
us?
whole. I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
It's weird.
I wasn't expecting the whole she was his girlfriend thing.
Right?
It
Yikes.
took a lot in me not to say anything because I didn't want her to feel like I was judging any part of what she had to do with Pokemon. But I was totally judging him as ick.
Serious
That's
ick.
that's the reason why I said that I was keeping my opinions to myself.
Mm.
Because after she said something about relationship abuse, I'm like, nope, not saying anything.
Yeah. But
Ugh, heartbreaking. Does she need therapy?
I'm assuming that she will talk to someone when she's ready to. I'm not sure if she's aware of therapy as an option, so we could bring it up to her, but we gotta make sure to gently remind her that it's completely up to her.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we should probably leave that up to you to bring up to her.
Okay. But with it being so fresh, it might take her some time. So,
Sure.
do you
Oh,
guys
that
have
poor thing.
how we can help them in the short term to process this while it's happening?
Does Sarah have any friends or anybody she can lean on? I mean, not that she can't lean on us, but like somebody her own age, maybe? I don't know. I just, friends are so important after trauma and a breakup. Ugh.
Well, for
Ugh.
all of us, I think the closest in age to her is Max.
Hmm.
And
No, but
I don't know who she knows on the other side.
hmm. Well, maybe we ask.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna leave that to you guys.
I'm assuming this isn't the first time that someone has taken advantage of their power as a mage. I'm wondering if there's like a support group. Maybe she would be interested in joining. Um,
Something. Or even
so
like some sort of magey, clubby, lessony something to get her around something so she doesn't have to be in mom role the whole time. And we should, I don't know.
I feel like
Oy.
this is a conversation best had with her, just because we don't know what her wants are at this point. And maybe she,
Fair. It was just a shock. I didn't want to talk about it in front of her. Like, oh my God. Ah.
yeah,
It'd
it's good
probably
to
be
be
best.
Still
It'd
weird.
probably
in the
be
talk.
best to bring it up after the trial.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should probably try to be there during it so she's not left with herself. After
I have a
probably.
feeling, like, I don't know about both of you,
Hmm.
but I do know that, or I do have a feeling that with what I said during the hearing, I might get summoned. But that's just a feeling that I have.
Are you worried about it?
No. It's
Okay.
the only thing I'm worried about is how deep they're gonna probably dig into my past.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, if you need to talk about it, we're here. Do you need any?
It will come in time.
Okay.
I'm still here. I am. What is it? 7 or 16? 26 years later.
Well, here's some emotional support chocolate.
He'll just slip it into his shirt pocket.
Sounds good.
I just had a really funny vision in my head of Raina coming up behind Orin and prying his mouth open like you do with I don't know, kids want to
or
take
dogs.
medicine or something. I pry open his mouth and you Kobe it into his mouth.
Kobe.
Eat the emotional support chocolate now.
Well,
all right, then. I guess we should go back, huh, Raina? Or do you have any thoughts? Did we miss anything? We covered all our bases.
Yes, on the, I guess you'd call it on the docket for what they need at that. Oh, sorry. Bailey just shut the door on me. So what we have to help them with is hot water and cold water. They don't need cold water. There's something else. What am I forgetting? They need hot water.
Showers. No.
Yeah,
More food.
I'll stay here and I'll start. Well, I won't be able to go into my room, so I'll have to do it with my phone. But I'll see what I can find shower wise.
Papers
that could be like a
and
that could be
crayons.
like a quick setup.
We need more art supplies. We have art
I'll
supplies
check
here?
on that.
All right, awesome.
I'll see what I can get a hold of. I'll have to figure out where to send it to since outside this place kind of doesn't exist.
Well, we could pick it up at the university somewhere, I'm sure, right?
Yeah,
they would have art supplies for kids.
No, we have mailboxes there, silly. Send it to our
Orin would kind of perk his eyebrow like, we do? We're not staff.
Well, we're grad students, so we're kind of half staff. There's mailboxes there for us. You can get it sent there. We can get our package from the front office desk. Or from the secretary's desk.
Or we could just send it to my house.
That works too. It's even easier. Send it directly to the place it needs to go.
Yeah, that'll work. Just text me the address and I can put it in for a shipping address.
I do that right now.
Ta-da!
ta-da! All
I
right.
don't know.
Investigation, perception, difficulty 6. Because Google is awesome.
Ha!
For me or Raina?
Both of you.
Okay.
If you're both looking.
Oh, you talk about looking for the supplies and stuff, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, and what was the roll again?
Investigation, perception, difficulty 6. Was that?
I have 1 success.
You have one success. You find things for art supplies, absolutely, on Amazon. It is wonderful.
It is glorious.
4 successes.
You find that you can get camp like stalls. They kind of pop up um, with the bags that you can like refill. They are solar powered, basically solar showers. Um, you can run water out there if you really want to, but you don't have to. And you also find, um, excuse me, my goodness. You also find, uh, what else are you looking for? Jeez.
I was looking for the shower and the art supplies.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so the art supplies, like you can get them in bulk on Amazon for like $40, and then and that includes paper and markers and like a whole like books and stuff
Some
like that.
construction paper, stickers, all the
Okay.
things.
And for the shower, does it have an option for different sizes?
They are um, you can basically have the spigot at whatever length you want.
Well, I mean the actual like outside size of the pop-up itself.
Oh, it's about the size of a stall. So it's um
Because he would probably try to get the biggest one possible that he could. In case Sarah has to like wrangle with one of the kids, it's not going to damage the shower or anything. They have
no,
a little
not
bit
at
of
all.
move for him.
Yeah, there's definitely enough room for 3 people in this camp thing.
Okay, he will throw everything he finds in the cart and buy it, and then
Okay.
uses Raina's address for the shipping address.
Cool. And you get so you have acquired the things that you were looking for. Is there anything else you want to accomplish before we call game?
I think we're all good at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good's
yeah. I think
bad.
Orange's just gonna sit outside his room until Jeeves is done.
Mm-hmm. All right. Then we'll
And
talk.
I head back with Raina to her place and we chill for the evening.
Cool.
All right.
The who's it? Goods, bads, and uglies. We'll start with Oren.
All right.
What did you like about the game? What did you not like about the game? And if you could give experience to another player, who would it be and why?
Close the door.
All right. I'm gonna have to say the good is that at least we're finally getting down the path of taking care of the original Hollis issue. No, I'd say the only bad is that we weren't able to get the entire party here today.
Yeah.
And this could sound like a really off the wall reason, but I'm gonna give the experience to Raina because Oren was completely not expecting her mind to go towards she doesn't care if the guy dies.
Yeah.
Like that completely threw Oren off guard.
All right, Raina.
My good. It was a really kind of chill episode, but a lot happened. I like that we got kind of a closer look into how Sarah's feeling about everything. And yeah, fuck that guy. my bad is, well, I say again, fuck that guy. But missed having Jason Allen here today. Hopefully, when we come back in a couple of weeks, we can. Because Jace is cracking me up in the private chat. I need some emotional support vodka stat. I think my point's going to go to Portia. This was a hard one, but I don't know. You just kept it chugging along. You kept asking really good questions. Plus the food, always having food, that's such a benefit. Like, anyway,
Thanks.
Portia.
I really liked the twist we got today. That was a nice reveal, and like again, echoing Christina slash Reina. Fuck that guy. Fuck him. But no, that was great. So yeah, Aaron did a lot today, so my point goes to him. I also liked Reina. She did a lot. I don't know. The whole thing was fun. I always like playing. You guys are great. So yay!
Yay! I like that we moved forward in the Hollis trials. I've been itching to do that for a while. It was sad that we had to pause the Arcadia trip. So Max and Alan are going to be alone when they realize when we play next.
Ooh.
And downside, I'm basically going to smoke a cigarette with my husband and get in my car and drive away. So,
Have fun at Pensick.
thank you very much. And everybody gets 1 point experience.
Awesome.
So I recommend updating the XP tracker. And if you enjoyed this video at any point, I encourage you to hit the like button. And if you would like to see more streams like this one, then I recommend that you subscribe and maybe even ring that bell on the off chance that YouTube actually notifies you when we go up. And we will catch you guys on the flip side.